Hello everyone! Welcome to my science channel. So, ang topic ko ngayon is all about the human heart. And then, what's the function of the heart? Okay, so heart pumps blood in order to transport nutrients and oxygen throughout the body. And also transport carbon dioxide from the body to the lungs. So, that is the function of the heart. Okay. Okay, so ngayon alamin natin ang external parts of the heart. Okay, so heart is made up or composed of cardiac muscles. The yellow one is just the fats. And heart also is composed of blood vessels. So, another one is the heart is also having the largest arteries, which is called the aorta. And the function of the aorta is carrying or where oxygenated blood pass through. Okay, so this blood again is coming from the lungs and then goes to the heart, and then the heart pumps it in order for this blood, oxygenated blood, travels up to the upper part of the body. And the rest also is moving this oxygenated blood moving to the lower part of the body. Now we go to the blue one, the vena cava. Now the vena cava is also having two directions. One is to the upper part of the body, which is called the superior vena cava, and the other one is going down to the lower part of the body, which is called the inferior vena cava. Ano bang dumadaan dito sa vena cava na to? It is the deoxygenated blood or yung walang oxygen. Ang dadaan dito na galing sa other parts of the body. Now from the other parts of the body goes to the vena cava. So the upper part passing through the superior vena cava. And then, the lower part moves upward to the heart, passing through the inferior vena cava. Now, take note that this has no oxygen. What is carried here is the carbon dioxide, which is coming from the body. Now, this carbon dioxide is transported to the lungs. So, that is the function of the vena cava. So, ngayon nandito tayo sa internal parts of the heart. Now, the heart is having 4 chambers. One is the right atrium, and then right ventricle, and then left atrium, and then the left ventricle. Now, the ventricles contract in order to pump the blood. Again, the ventricles will contract in order to pump the blood. So, that's the function of the ventricles. Okay, so ngayon magsimula tayo dito sa superior vena cava. Now, the blood from the upper part of the body travels passing through the superior vena cava and then go down to the right atrium of the heart and then passes through or enters to the tricuspid valve or the valves and then to the right ventricles. Okay, now the right ventricle contract in order to pump the blood. Okay, and then this blood will move up to the pulmonary artery. Okay, so the blood is transported to the lungs. Okay, so now we'll go to the pulmonary vein. Now the pulmonary veins are the vessels which is connected from the lungs to the heart also. And then these pulmonary veins are carrying the oxygenated blood. Okay, so this one is the blood, the oxygenated blood will go to the left atrium and then passes through the mitral valve and then goes to the left ventricle. Now the left ventricle contract in order to pump the blood so that this blood will go up to the aorta. Okay, now there in the aorta, this blood is transported not only to the upper parts of the body, but also to the lower parts of the body. So that is the total function of the heart, especially in the internal parts of the heart. So there you can say that the function of the heart is to pump the blood in order for the blood to be transported throughout the body and to the lungs, carrying oxygenated blood and also carrying the deoxygenated blood, and then also the carbon dioxide. So that is how that is how heart functions. Okay. Okay, so here is the video showing how heart works. Okay, so now the red colored vessels are called the arteries, carrying oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. And the blue one is carrying also the deoxygenated blood with the carbon dioxide from the body to the heart to the lungs. Okay, so that's it. Now, the heart is also divided by two sides, the right side and the left side. And this was divided by the septum. Okay, so that's it. Now, heart also is having 4 chambers. Okay, so on these 4 chambers are called the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, and the left ventricles. All of these are divided into or by the valves, the different valves. Okay, so how do these valves work? Later on we'll see. Okay, and then this one here, this is how this heart works. Okay, so here is the valves function. The valves opens and closed, allowing the blood to move upward. Okay, so when it is open, the blood move down to the ventricles. When it is closed, this blood move passing through the it's either aortic valve or the pulmonary valve. Okay, so that is it. And there it is synchronizing the contraction of the ventricular muscle. So here is how the blood passes through. Okay, so the violet one is the example of the blood. Oh, here, once the atrium is full, the tricuspid valve open. Okay, allowing this blood to move down to the ventricles. Okay, so that is it. The tricuspid valve open, and there the blood enters into the ventricles. Okay, and then once the blood is already in the right ventricle, this valve, tricuspid valve, closed. Okay, so there, and then closings in order for not to allow the backflow of the blood. Okay, and there, once closed, and then the continuous contraction of the ventricular muscles, these pulmonary valves opens, allowing the blood to pass through up to the pulmonary artery. There it is. And this blood will go to the lungs. Okay, so that how magnificent is the heart. Okay, so next to that is the oxygenated blood passing through the left side of the heart. Okay, so here we goes. Now this blood from the pulmonary vein gets inside into the left atrium, and then once full, the mitral valve opens, allowing this blood to move down to the left ventricle. There it is. Okay. So that is mitral valve opens, allowing the blood to move down to the ventricle. And then, the continuous pumping or contraction of the ventricular muscle, allowing this aortic valve to open. That is the aortic valve to open, and then letting this mitral valve to close. Okay? So there, and then once the aortic valve opens, this blood flows upward. There it is, aortic valve. Then the blood flows upward. Then move this blood to the aorta, and then to the upper part of the body, passing through the artery, and then to the lower part of the body also. So that is all, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.